What it do, Threadheads? It's another episode of Thick Threads. We have a lot of announcements up top just because a lot of stuff is going on. Number one, we just signed to Acast. We have been sort of floating in the wind since we left Revolt. And so this is big news because everybody who has been asking us about the audio only portion of the show, not only moving forward, will it be available everywhere you can find podcasts, but we are actually getting all of the episodes that you guys did not get on audio will be featured on there as well pretty soon. And it's about over a year's worth of stuff. So you guys got a lot of stuff to listen to.
About 60 episodes.
Yeah.
If not more.
Because we never took a week off in terms of getting the podcast out, but the audio only did take quite some time off.
Yes.
So we will be available on there. Also, we got another season of We Trippin' dropping.
Woohoo.
We got summer, fall, winter, and spring. That was sort of like one group of We Trippin', and we took some time off. We did some marathons, and now we are back. This season is I'm calling it just like the hot as hell season.
Oh my goodness.
Super hot season.
Fired up.
Costa Rica, Las Vegas, Sedona, Arizona, Phoenix, Joshua Tree.
What's the first one? Costa Rica.
Costa Rica should be
dropping
out already by the time they see this. Unless you're on our Patreon, then you're seeing it right now. But Costa Rica is dropping tomorrow. And join our Patreon too. That's another announcement. Join our Patreon. We do these episodes live for Patreon. We're doing some exclusive stuff for you guys. Some of the We Trippin' episodes that I mentioned will be featured on Patreon, or some hidden behind the scenes stuff on there. Yeah. And our gaming tier is ramping back up again too.
Heck yeah. We're gonna do a little gaming tonight. Yeah.
Yep. Doing some Donkey Kong, some Switch.
Fun stuff.
2 more announcements. We are also signing up with a travel company called Trova Trip. If you are a fan of the guys over at Dormtainment, like Rome Green and Cameron Miller, those are my guys. They've been working with Trova Trip for a while, and it's actually an opportunity to travel with your fan base. So we are picking the first location, and we'll be sending out packages. We'll probably give you guys like an 8-month head start. So it's not just, hey, come with us next week, but keep on the lookout for that. Start saving up. And if you guys want to start traveling and being a part of some of the We Trippin' episodes, pull TF up.
We pulling your card now because we see all the comments that be like, take me with you, take me with you, take me with you. Now we calling your bluff. Come on.
But we will say this. I know that the We Trippin', the point of it was to like, what's the random places we can go to? Jackson Hole, all that stuff, Sun Valley, Idaho. These are a little bit nicer than the classic We Trippin' episode. We're not going to like random places in Middle America. These will be some pretty intense spots.
But we're gonna start putting out some polls to see what you guys want to do. Like if you're interested in what we want to do, and hopefully we can get this going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're on the audio only side of things, we'll probably be giving you guys reminders before and after the episodes.
Yep.
So yeah, don't be weirded out when you hear our voice out of nowhere, just like, hey, what's up? Like a radio host. That's how I feel like we're gonna do it. Like, hey, what's up, Threadheads? Don't forget to sign up to Trova Trip. And then the last thing is that we are starting a Discord too, just so we can keep you guys updated with all this stuff we have going on. So yeah, make sure you join the Threadheads Discord.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Pull up.
It's a lot of stuff. We got some housekeeping. You got some stuff as well.
We've talked about my oils on here before. And so I thought, why not bring them in and show y'all what they looking like real time? So, the lady who does my lashes, she bought one and she was like, when I brought it, because I just brought it to her at my next appointment. And when I gave her this one, she was like, "It's so big." She was like, "I don't know, in the pictures, like it doesn't look that big." But when I gave it to her, she was just like, "It's huge." So she was telling me I need to do like comparisons and stuff so people know like how much is really in there. So
it's a lot. I like those bottles a lot.
Yeah, it's a really good bottle. Very cool design. I have some on now.
Let me get some. Let me get a squirt.
Get a squirt.
Hopefully the audio only hears that. Now we got to do some ASMR for the audio. Now that we're back online. So yeah, where can you get that?
So you can get it on Persephone.com. This is the beard oil. So this is for hair, and you can use it for your skin too if you want. It just has more essential oils in it. That's really, really good for moisturizing the hair. So check out Persephone.com. And then I just launched these a couple days ago, but I have, and I don't know if you'll be able to see them, lighters. And no, you don't have to be a smoker to get a lighter.
Candles.
Yeah,
Sage.
candles. And then just to have it as an emergency. So if you want some like spicy little some spicy little lighters, some fire ass lighters, pull up to Persephone.com. I got 4 different designs, and they're all different photo shoots that I've done that have gone pretty crazy online. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, definitely great product. And just last housekeeping on my end, Planet Sandwich airs 6 p.m. PST every single week on my YouTube and my Twitch and TikTok. I'm on TikTok.
Every Wednesday.
I'm live on TikTok now.
I know.
But yeah, it's just basically a show I wrote specifically for live, just so it's not only me playing video games. And it's been a lot of fun. I did 3 episodes so far. But yeah, I'm getting a lot better at this whole marketing thing.
You're doing good.
I feel like I've always been like, I like just creating the stuff and then putting it out and then working on the next thing. Yeah. But marketing has always been something I did not focus on. Even like all the podcasts I do, by the time it'll get to the end and be like, "Pat, what you got coming up?" I'll just be like, "Patrick Cloud on everything." Like, you guys just whatever, But I feel like doing more and plugging more is I'm seeing it kind of like some numbers going up.
The fruits of your labors is actually paying off.
Just got to talk about it. That's us creatives we just don't like talking about it.
You got to talk about it, and marketing is like one of the biggest things that I've noticed in business that I didn't know when I first got into it. I'm listening to all these different, people talk about business, and they're like, "Yeah, marketing is gonna be 70% of what you have to do," and I'm like, "Yeah, I need to get the product going, blah blah blah," and then it hit me. I was like, "Oh, I need to pay for marketing here. I need to put this out there. Right. I need to collab. I need to do all of these things to really put it out there." And it hit me. So any business owners, you guys know, or if you want to get into business, just understand, set aside some time, some energy, some creativity, and all that for marketing.
Man, because I've been looking and seeing like these marketing experts and these marketing agencies and stuff. They have a whole different life, because when you're good at marketing, you can market everybody's stuff. When we're just creating, we're just kind of like in our own world, like, this is what I got going on, I got to market this stuff. But when you're just good at marketing and you can help multiple people with, you rich. You don't have to. It don't even matter if your own personal product goes off. You help launch all this stuff. Yeah. So I like the It's a cool new chapter too, because I feel like I can start off by marketing the stuff that I already have, my backlog, instead of just making marketing. I'm starting with all the stuff that I'm already doing, and it's fun. I see it. I see it working.
And you got Protect Your Light.
Yeah, Protect Your Light too.
Protect Your Light. Get Patrick Cloud's apparel. I call it, some little comfy apparel, a little lounge apparel.
I thought I had any on.
What does your shirt say? Ankylosaurus?
Okay, so the Ankylosaurus, when growing up, I don't know actually if this is still true, but back in the 90s, every little boy had a dinosaur phase, whether it was dino PJs, dino comforters, dino toys, and we would just try to learn as many as possible. My favorite was never the T-Rex, it was the Ankylosaurus. And it's It's this thing with a bunch of armor, and it has
I remember.
it has a tail with just
Mhm.
a giant ball on it, and it swings it around like
Mhm.
what are those things called? A mace, and it just be clubbing people. So I found a little vintage dinosaur thing.
Very
And it's
cool.
just an Ankylosaurus shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Very nice. I like it.
I'm just starting my dinosaur arc again.
All right. So speaking of words that maybe a lot of people haven't heard, because I haven't heard Ankylosaurus. I'd known what the dinosaur looked like, but I don't think I ever knew what it was called.
Ankylosaurus.
Mm-hmm.
It's a horrible name.
All right. You ready for your words?
Oh, the guessing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So you might know this one because this is just so funny. And we may have done this before. I don't know. I don't think so. What is a titty nope?
A titty nope? Does it have anything to do with titties?
Nope.
Pretty funny. Is it a medical condition?
Nope.
A titty nope. Is it something on your body?
No. So it has to do with food, but it's not a food item.
Is it an action?
No.
I'm gonna say a titty nope. He said it has to do with food,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not an action, and it's not a type of food.
Mm-mm.
Is it a place where you eat food?
No, but it's really hard to describe this one. Okay. What do you give to animals on the street?
Food?
If you just But what
Okay.
are specifically what is that typically called? What are you giving them?
Snacks?
If
An
you're
offering?
at say
Feed?
the beach and you're done.
Scraps?
Yes. So pretty much a titty nope refers to a small quantity of food left over, food or drink that's left over. So whenever you're done eating that little whatever, that's a titty nope.
Okay, so it's just like the leftover scraps is your leftover titty nope?
Mm-hmm. TITTYNOPE.
Well, it's spelled exactly how I thought it was.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Your next word. What is a half pace?
Half pace?
Mm-hmm. HALFPACE.
Is it a speed? Something has to do with speed
No.
or rhythm?
Nope. Nope.
A half pace is it something visual?
Yes.
Is it somebody's like height? Like they're a half pace?
No. So try to. You can use that in this. It doesn't have to do with a person. So it's not a person.
Animal?
No. It's an inanimate. It has to do with construction. I would say construction. You see a lot of it in apartments.
Apartments? Okay.
Apartments,
So like public
buildings, public buildings.
Mailboxes?
No.
Is it the table of contents showing all the businesses?
No, but that's such. I don't know what that is, but I'm
Okay, what is it?
gonna look at that. Okay, a half pace in architecture is a landing on a staircase where the direction of the stairs changes. So you know when you go up the stairs, how they can be like this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you get to that last stair, that is it.
What is it again?
A half pace.
Half pace. You know what? I was actually thinking about that the other day because I randomly I go up 2 flights of stairs a day minimum.
Mm-hmm.
just because that's like
Two.
But I was looking at it and I was like, what is a flight? Because in my building it goes like this and then it turns around and that's 1 floor.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like 2 flights of stairs and I never knew if that was 1 flight with a titty nope.
No, a half pace.
With a half
titty
pace?
note is gonna be stuck in your head forever.
But is half pace like, is that splitting up 1 flight or is each?
No, it's
thing a flight?
specifically at that.
No, I know what you're talking
end.
about. I'm just wondering what a full flight of stairs is. If that half pace is dividing one flight, you know what I'm saying? Is broken. I don't even know how to Google this. Is a broken up flight of stairs one flight. A broken up flight of stairs, meaning a staircase with the landing in the middle, is still considered one flight of stairs if it connects the same two floors or levels. A flight of stairs is defined as an uninterrupted series of steps between landings or floors.
Mm-hmm.
There's a landing that doesn't lead to another level, then the stairs before and after the landing are still part of the same flight. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That
makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, I'm going to think about that every time I hit them stairs.
You hit the half pace. Mm-hmm.
Hitting the half pace. All right. Let's get into some thick facts.
All right.
I have a sad one. I feel like
mine is pretty bad too.
I feel like it's going to make everybody think about the people in their lives, okay?
Mine is creepy.
So check this out. A study found that only half of your friends would consider you their friend.
Oh, I saw that title, but I didn't read it.
That's
tough. No.
It says when you call someone a friend, it goes without saying that they too consider you a friend. You like them, they like you. It's a reciprocal thing. But a 2016 study found that this is probably only true about 50% of the time. Only half of the perceived friendships are mutual, and that's a problem. People have a very poor perception of friendship ties. Led by researchers from MIT, the study analyzed friendship ties in 84 subjects aged 23 to 38 who were participating in business management class. The subjects were asked to rank how close they were with each person in the class on a scale of 0 to 5, where 0 means I do not know this person, 3 means friend, and 5 means one of my best friends. The researchers found that while 94% of the subjects expected their feelings to be reciprocated, only 53% of them did.
That's probably why so often, people lose friendships. Because it was not reciprocated. So people will act a certain way. People will act a certain way. And you'd be like, I thought you was my friend. But that's one of the worst feelings. To be like, oh, somebody doesn't feel
it's kind of like the whole, one person is like, this is my friend. And the other person is like, I mean, we cool. Right. And I think where that is muddied the most is in work environments, where people are especially the whole thing with Michael Scott. It's if they don't have a lot of friends in real life, they might cling on to people at work. And then that other person is just yeah, that's my work friend. But that's about it. I feel like that's probably more likely than anything. I think the other thing is maybe people being friends, but one person thinking that the friendship is a little stronger than the others.
Right.
One person thinking that these two are best friends and the other person is just I mean, yeah, we friends, but I don't know about best friend,
Ooh, that stings.
Yeah.
That stings. To consider someone your best friend and they be like, I don't know. Oh, that hurts so bad.
I mean, I could see that though, because it's for me, the people I consider my best friends are the people I grew up with and stuff. But everybody had their own journey growing up. So I just kind of in my head, I just consider those I grew up with them. I became a person with them. Those are my best friends. They might have grown up and talked to a bunch of people and been solid locked in with a bunch of people, and those are their real best friends. But I just kind of consider those people my best friends, and then I have really good friends. So I'm sure there's some people that are just I mean, he ain't my best friend, but he's a cool friend, and that sucks. But I think it's way worse. I'm not even rocking with him that.
I've had a situation where this sucked, where a guy the opposite sex will tell you if your friend is your friend or not. There was one time that I had a homegirl, and we used to go out a lot together, and we had a mutual guy acquaintance, I'll say, because he wasn't a friend. But one time he had asked us to go out, and he asked me, "Are you coming?" And I was like, I don't know, coming where? He was like, oh, your friend didn't tell you? And I was like, what you mean? He's like, oh, we going out, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, wait, are you sure y'all are even friends for real like that? And I was like, why you say that? And he said, because, I mean, she be saying little stuff about you. Like, she don't want to invite you certain places because you're not going to do this, and that. And I was like, damn, like, so then you got to tell me, like, oh, she don't want me to come out because I'm not doing what they doing,
right.
you know? And so it ended up ruining what I thought was one of my closest relationships at the time.
Damn.
And I was so hurt. That's why
what was they thinking you wasn't about to do? Was it like drugs?
Fuck.
Oh, they was like, we going to this party, but she ain't fucking.
Right. And they were really pretty girls.
But your friend was?
Yeah.
At any party like this?
Well, so this is the thing. Like, we would get invited out by, like, you know, NFL players, NBA players, all that kind of shit. And so the expectation when you going out with that crowd is that, you know, you're going to fuck later. And so I was able to not do that and still be, like, cool with the people that we went out with. But she was on some, I don't know if they complained to her, like, hey, your friend not fucking, like, you know. So she got to the point where she started talking shit about me to the guys, like, don't bring her. I'm not going to bring her because she's not putting out, basically. And I was just like, damn, I thought our friendship was, like, more solid than just that. Like, if you didn't want me to come certain place, you could have had a conversation with me and been like, okay, girl, this is the vibes. This is what we doing. I didn't think it was a problem that I wasn't, you know. I just thought, like, you know, I'm just not. But I've
never heard of a friendship ruined between girls that direction. Like,
oh yeah,
she ain't throwing the box like us. It's usually the opposite. Like, damn, they always fucking. I can't be associated. I've never heard the opposite.
Yeah, so
like,
maybe in her, on her side, because we never truly talked about it. I just stopped hanging out with her, stopped reaching out, stopped calling, and that was kind of it. I think on her side, maybe she was getting money. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I don't know. Like, there could be a whole nother side to where there
why
was
else
a benefit.
would you be upset that someone else ain't fucking?
I think it's because when you want to appease someone, it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe I was the lame homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas don't want to go out with a dude who they feel is gonna be, you know, lame. So maybe I was just lame.
If everybody else is fucking, and it's just like, nah, she don't be fucking. Like, I don't see how that ruins your time unless they're like, nah, we need everybody fucking.
Right. I thought
we almost there, y'all.
That's like why I didn't know. And when they start questioning, and it was more than just him that said that. So it was like other people that said that. So I was just like, okay, maybe niggas are complaining to her, like, hey, why you bring her if she not fucking or whatnot? And then came back to me and was like, you know, your friend said she ain't inviting you because you ain't fucking. He could have set it up like that, but ultimately, I know she said that shit. So
that's wild. That's wild.
So
wild times we live in.
But like I said, that was a really close homegirl of mine, and it said to me, like, okay, your fact that you brought up, like, that could be a situation that I was in where she didn't really see me as close as I saw her, and so it was more transactional. Like, hey, I need somebody to go out with. You know, he said, bring friends.
Message: don't go to parties unless you try.
Unless you fucking with that crowd,
or you'll lose your friends,
or you will lose. That hurts so bad.
That's crazy.
All right, you ready for it? This one's very somber.
Okay.
My fact is that a pregnant female corpse will build up enough gas to expel the fetus even after death.
Like alive?
So the body will still. So the fact is, it's called coffin birth.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna
gotten a little more scientific than that.
Yeah,
coffin birth is crazy.
Coffin birth. That's the name of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Also known as postmortem fetal extrusion.
That's what I figured it would be called.
Is a rare phenomenon where a fetus is expelled from the body of a deceased pregnant woman due to the buildup of gases during decomposition. This phenomenon is becoming increasingly rare due to modern embalming practices.
Oh.
So as the body decomposes, bacteria in the abdominal cavity produces gas. These gases can create pressure within the body, and in the case of a pregnant woman, this pressure can sometimes force the uterus and fetus out through the birth canal. Imagine how scary that would be.
Queef it out.
While historically documented, coffin birth is now uncommon due to embalming, where fluids are injected to preserve the body and prevent decomposition.
Probably stank. That's probably a stank. It's being pushed out by gas. Fart a little fetus out. Little fetus fart.
Decomposition gas.
That's crazy.
Ooh.
But the baby could be alive too, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's way after.
But you know what? Okay, so there was. This is actually pretty current, and I just saw this maybe last week. There was a girl who was brain dead, and they kept her, a Black lady. She was brain dead, and they kept her alive because she was pregnant, and they kept her alive for, I believe it was 3 weeks, 3 months.
Damn.
They kept her body alive on machines for 3 months after she was dead. And just so that they could deliver the baby. And there's
That's crazy.
There's a big uproar about it.
Like
the people are pissed.
Pissed that they kept her alive?
Yeah.
To save the baby?
Yeah. Yeah.
What'd they want?
Because, I mean, she was gone and she just couldn't rest. She couldn't rest in peace. Like she was.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know, so there was no coming back. You know, there was no coming back from it.
But
it was
she
literally
had a successful birth?
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to be mad at.
Oh,
People
it's a
get
big
mad
uproar.
at such weird
Because
things.
I think what it opens up, and this is what I was reading further on, it opens up the more sinister use of it. So they could start, I guess, harvesting babies in that way. Like
from dead people? I mean,
if they're saying like you don't have to be alive to carry this child, like there are people who feel like.
But if you're harvesting children, why you're saying like they would kill people
intentionally? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, maybe, but I mean, I don't. I feel like there's a couple dots in between those two things.
Definitely, but given our history. I don't see that being super far-fetched if people are like, oh, okay, we can get that. Because there's a lot of people out there, just think about organ donating and all. Organ
donors?
Yes. Think about that, and that now it's actually coming out that they won't do certain life-saving measures if you have it on your card and stuff like that. We always thought that was a myth, but recently I saw an article about that. There actually being truth to that. So it's like there's a whole nother side. I think that's a lot more sinister of the medical field than meets the eye. So I think there's an uproar about that because of the fears that could be something that people do in the future.
Sure.
So
I mean, I see that as a cool little superpower, because I mean, think about all the pregnant animals who might get killed or, succumb to injuries or something like that, and while they're pregnant, and then they can just still keep the circle of life going. So I saw that as a kind of little cool little DLC feature that you guys have.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that it would be, but I don't know. That'd be kind of hard watching someone that's already passed be,
giving birth or just
having to just lay there like the body can't be put to rest.
But I mean, I see it as a little bit different. Like if she's pregnant and you're waiting for that, that to me is different than the doctor saying they're done and you keeping them on for like years and years and just hoping that, I feel like that's.
Right.
There, at least one had like a final goal that was achieved, and then I'm assuming they let her pass after that, right?
Yeah, she was finally laid to rest. But I mean, we'll see what comes of that, because I really feel like that is a rare occurrence right now. But we'll see.
Okay, well, we were talking about the importance of marketing and how there's like, stuff that you can do. What you said something about like there are some things that you can learn how to do within like a week
hmm
that can sort of like change everything. Um, I wanted to do sort of like a helpful thread today.
Oh, check you out.
You know,
hmm
something that's just in the same vein as what we were talking about with now we're doing better with marketing and telling people what we're doing and just kind of leaning into it, locking in, as they say.
Period. Lock in.
So I brought this one. So this is on Reddit. Signal Friend said, "What's a skill that takes less than a week to learn but can save you thousands of dollars?"
Ooh.
Ready to save some money? All right. Number 1. How to budget and track expenses, which is crazy. They don't teach us this in school. I feel like this should be like 6th grade. Knowing where your money knowing where your money goes can prevent surprise overdrafts and debt. It always kind of surprises me that there are people who don't keep the balance estimate in their heads all the time. I can tell how much money I got down to negative 25 at any given moment. And it used to be way more precise some years ago. Now, I mean, when it's in the negatives, of course,
Like, There's some
everything.
people that go on vacation and they don't want to look at at their bank account when the vacation's over. Like, I probably did too much.
Uh-huh.
I've been that. I've avoided my bank account before where I was just like,
oh yeah,
I'm not doing it.
I mean, even when it's not in the negatives,
Mhm.
when you kind of go crazy for a little bit, you might be like, all right, just give me like a couple weeks.
I'll be like, and then when I finally do go check, I'll be like, please be over such and such. Please be over such and such. The amount.
Mm-hmm. That's tough. This is actually an interesting one. 60-year-old female, learned how to replace a toilet, build some raised garden beds, how to sister rotten boards until I can replace them, install a new dishwasher, change light fixtures, and more, all online, probably less than a half hour each project. I've saved thousands. First of all, that's a lot of stuff. Less than a half hour for each one to replace a toilet, raised garden beds. I don't know what it means to sister rotten boards until I could replace them.
Little DIYs.
Yeah.
She just went crazy with
Install
the
a
DIYs.
new dishwasher?
Yeah, that's I don't think that's easy.
No, that's nuts.
I mean, you could probably do that in a week, but
I mean, like, that's the best thing about learning stuff is like you just know how to do that now.
But you do have to be careful with some of that stuff, honestly, because I feel like with a dishwasher, yeah, that's cool. But if you connect the wrong pipe somewhere, then you got a bigger problem on your hands. So I don't know. Some of that stuff I still want to leave to the professionals. But
Sure.
She did say a lot of stuff some of that stuff, it just literally takes like changing a filter in the car or something like that. Like you don't need a professional for that.
But I feel like a lot of people, including me, suffer from this thing where we're like, I don't know how to do it. And they're like, okay, well, here's a YouTube channel. It's just like, I don't know how to do that. I just don't know how to do that.
The avoidance is fine because you can pay to have it done.
Right. But just lock in. This leads to that. Learning how to Google how to fix it yourself before calling a professional and discovering YouTube has all the answers. How to fix it yourself just is an overall good search, as opposed to like, I don't know. I feel like there's different types of creators with how-tos on YouTube, and some of them are just, it's worse than a textbook. Some of it is just like, all right, for the next 2.5 hours, I'm going to teach you how to do, you know what I mean? And that's good for like, if you really trying to lock in and do a trade, but I try to find those people who are like half creators, half really, well, probably more than half, but like really good at it, but also have like the creative bone in their body. So they format it and they kind of break it up in a way that it's just like for slow people, we can get it.
And I love watching, like I follow so many accounts where they take like a project and they don't have any experience at all. And they'll take on like a project where they're remodeling a abandoned house. You know, they bought a property for $5,000 and now they're remodeling it.
I like those.
Yeah, I've been binging. So all the DIY stuff, like, it's so interesting to watch. And I'll be like, yeah, good for you.
When it's like sped up and they're like, like especially like the Bushwick outdoors type of stuff. I love that kind of stuff.
I'll even watch the long form content like on YouTube. I hope it never ends. Like some of it would be 45 minutes long and I'm like, it's not long enough.
Damn.
Yeah.
Learning how to sew or alter clothes. This is one I want to do at some point.
I need to learn how
YouTube
to do that.
videos are there. Clothing alterations aren't cheap. It also says mending is easy and makes clothes last a lot longer. That is probably one of the like top 5, especially since I have like a clothing company. Like just knowing how to do that kind of stuff seems. Some of this stuff is like I don't necessarily know if I'll like be just sewing holes in my clothes a lot, but I think just knowing the process of how it, and then you can just like figure out like, you know, okay, you know about like the seams in a shirt and how it lays on, you know, I feel like that kind of stuff just kind of goes into designing anyways. So I kind of just want to get my hands on it just for the overall knowledge.
And I think with that, it's like, yeah, it'll take a week to learn the very, very basics, but some of these people go to trade school to learn how, you know, certain materials work with other stuff. So I think that week is just learning like maybe how to hem or, you know, resewing a button back together or something that.
I don't think any of these things are stuff you can master in a week.
So it's basically the basics of learning.
The 101s. And then I think this is number 1 on the list. Many car repairs. I learned to change my brakes in a day by itself, rotors including. Learned how to flush transmission fluid and refill, learned how to repair certain gaskets, learned to replace radiator, timing belt. Each one of these I learned took me about 12 to 48 hours to figure out.
Wow.
Doing the radiator myself saved me $700 alone.
That radiator, as long as they know to let it cool down.
Or the what's the thing, the catalytic converter?
Oh, God.
I feel like
if you have one,
I really, really, really need to just learn more about cars because I'm just a walking lick to the mechanics, and I feel like I've learned a little bit, so I don't. Because before I was just like, I don't know, am I even in the right place? You know, and then they were probably like, yeah, let's get them.
They're gonna treat you like us.
I'm just like, what? What is this piece? Is this an engine?
I'm just gonna use you for your deep voice, like Pat. I'm at the shop. All I need to do, what's up? Hook me up. Bye, Pat.
I'm just like, this is one of the things that it's like, it's also the machine that I drive in and trust my life with for, you know, most of the days. So I need to learn this. This is like,
for sure.
This is one of them ones. Learning how to properly dispute a bill or negotiate a price. This is very important. Someone said it saved me $450 2 days ago. I think that about 30% of my bills are wrong on big ticket items: electrical work, tree removal, shed construction, car rental, medical bills. I have made corrections on all those. I was billed twice for removal of material. Once the work's done and it didn't match the quote. Once the tree removal guy didn't understand how to do a calculation on their own invoice. Some of the workers thought their scope of work was different than what the work order said. So I agree with this one. Really being able to just not see the invoice and be like, okay, you know, kind of like breaking it down and figuring it out. Because when it comes to like money, some people sort of like tense up and they don't want to, you know, so I think that it is really important to explore this because my favorite thing about negotiation is like the psychology of it. You know, I thought it was just like, you know, growing up, it was like this chapstick, I want to make some money. So $20. And then the other person's like, hell no, 10.
Right.
And they're like, all right, 15. But it's such a dance with negotiations, even to the from the point like you sit down next to them. It's not just like about when you start the conversation. It happens immediately.
One of my biggest things and you see me charm people before. That's my biggest thing is like showing that big, beautiful personality, you know, when it comes, when you can build like a little relationship with the person that you're requesting services from.
Sure.
They they feel a lot. So you soften them up, you butter them up,
Yeah.
and you're liable to get almost anything.
It's not even
at
really
a
buttering
discount.
them up, you know? It's I
Well,
think it's I mean it definitely is, but I think it's also like connecting to them as a person first, because I think a lot of people make the mistake, like if we were negotiating something, you might sit down and be like, "Hey, what's going on? All right, let's get to it," you know, as opposed to just like, it's almost like a lot of high level business meetings, they sort of like hang out for a little bit. Sometimes they just be chilling and they don't get to business until like hours in, you know, because I think that just liking the person makes you sort of want to work with them and sort of want to work and bend for them. Pause. And just in terms of like, it's just in terms of your negotiation bending,
right.
As opposed to just somebody that you have no connection with. You're just like, nope, this is the price, you know?
Yeah.
Couple more, some easy ones. Cooking, obviously that's going to save you a bunch of money, but you know, I think we're at a spot where Postmates is just, there are weeks where I've only eaten stuff that was delivered, you know? So
I mean, that makes sense. My mom used to always tell me, because before I started cooking, she would tell me, don't ever tell nobody you can't cook. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, I don't cook. And she's like, don't ever tell nobody that. If you can read, you can cook. So that was her thing. If you can read, you can cook. So once I started, you know, reading and following along the directions of cooking, it became a lot easier. And then you just, once you get comfortable, you take it from there. So that's a good one.
Yeah, because I mean, like I've always liked cooking, but I think that I'm so dumb. Like what trips me out is the grocery process. I'm someone who like, I don't grocery shop a lot. So, and this was way worse when I was like in my 20s, but I'll just get a whole bunch of stuff and then I'll be like, I'm going to cook this and then this and then this and then this. And some of that could even happen, but then it's like this horrifying process of just, I just did it.
Lettuce for no reason.
Throwing away all of this stuff, and you just feel like a terrible person. You're just like, damn, this was grown to eat and I wasted it. This was killed to eat and I wasted it. Throwing away like chicken and spinach and stuff. And I just did it. I was finding all types of disgusting stuff in my fridge. So I think that's the process. But then it's just like, I realized that chefs and people who cook a lot, that's just part of their daily process. They go down to the market and get some tomatoes. They only get enough for the next meal. They cook that and then they will go back and get it. And it's just like everything, you know, you can't go to the gym once a month and work out for 24 hours and get buff. It has to be something that's consistent. So
that Tony Baker's fans got on him because his refrigerator looks empty every time. Like he opens it, it looks empty as hell. And he's like, I only buy what I'm going to eat right then. Pretty much. So he doesn't ever waste anything.
I think Instacart made that tough because they don't put so many service charges and stuff. It's tough to just Instacart all the time. So unless you physically go into all these places, that could get expensive too.
For sure.
But these are just stupid first world problems. And then the last one is doing 20 to 30 minutes of exercise daily can save you thousands of health costs down the road. I just like that one as a last one because it's like, you don't really even think about it like that. Like, oh, I'm saving money on medical bills by getting my heart together. Yeah.
Because I don't know, working out is, I don't know, it's delayed gratification.
Yeah.
So when you're doing it, you got to find a motivation that you can actually like dig into right now, because thinking about, well, I might not get arthritis in 30 years.
It's boring.
Because it's just, but that is a good way to phrase it. It's like, I'm saving myself a hell of a lot of money down the road.
It's like a good additional thing. No one's gonna like wake up every day like, all right, gotta save money on future medical bills. Like, I don't know if that's enough to motivate you all the way, but I like framing it like that, where you're just like, okay.
Yes, something I do along those same lines is I do those little brain tests.
Oh yeah.
And they say, you know, learning something new weekly or learning a new hobby or something like that can really like exercise muscles in the brain that keeps your brain healthier longer.
Yep.
So I do those puzzles. I try to learn another language, try to learn the piano, the drums, like gaming. Like I'm always trying to do something to
stimulate.
Yeah, to stimulate and combat maybe dementia or something like that later on down the road.
I feel like that's even easier to get nowadays because there's so much brain rot. Like, imagine being sort of like up there in age, and if you get to a point where you're never exercising and you're only watching TV, it's almost like the brain turns to mush as opposed to like, I feel like that's why old people that are like still working, they have that drive, you know, they have that sort of like purpose behind them. So I think you're right. I think that all that stuff just constantly stimulating your brain is going to keep it healthier for longer. But it's really scary. So that to me is enough to get me, you know, going a little bit easier. Cause just thinking of your brain as like a hard drive that stops writing memories or almost like you plug it in and it doesn't recognize that's a really scary thought.
The thought that scared me the most about our brain was just that your brain is your world. Like, if something happens to your brain, there goes your world. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, as crazy. Comfortable as you are now, it's because your brain is doing what it needs to do.
Yeah.
But the reason I can see this red curtain is because my brain is doing what it got to do.
Right.
And I just thought about, like, you know, when you get hit in the head and losing consciousness, like, there goes your world. It freaks me out. That's why I'm not fighting. I'm not being violent.
No football.
No football, no road rage, none of that, because I'm like, I don't like
protecting your brain,
not being in control. That's why I won't eat no edibles. Edibles fuck me up to where I'm like, I thought I lost like my hearing, my vision, like for like 2 seconds. I feel like I lost every sense that I had. And I was like, oh,
damn.
But you just feel so out of control that it's insanely uncomfortable. Yeah. So for me, it's like seeing, like, there's a guy that goes around Philadelphia and he just checks on drug addicts that are like on fentanyl or whatever, just like hunched over, frozen, just making sure that they're still alive, or if they need Narcan or whatnot to bring them back. And just seeing like their world is literally paused because of their brain. And it freaks me out. So
yeah, gotta take care of the brain. But that is true. Your whole world is that. So I remember there's a documentary of Bill Gates that shows him just like packing up for the day. He'll take like 10 books and like a bag of apples. And he's just flying through books. And he said his biggest fear was his brain's not working anymore. He's like, I'm a genius. This is everything, you know. And I'm just like, damn, that's true. Like, our brains once you get older, you're just afraid of your brain just failing. So whatever we can do to keep that up. And I'm such a fan of the fact that gaming helps with this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Big time. But now we fighting against ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's true.
And
but
like-minded AI.
I feel like nursing homes, and they use music a lot to jog memories and stuff. Like, music is a huge thing that brings things back. I feel like smell too. Smell might be the number one, but I feel like that's just because we haven't really done studies on people who grew up gaming. Right. So there's probably going to be that first era where like booting up a Sega Genesis or a Nintendo, Super Nintendo is, you know, kind of like booting people back up, letting them remember things and stuff. That's going to be cool to see.
Very cool.
All right, well, this has been another episode. Yet again, we do have a Thick Threads Discord that we would love you to join. Patreon as well. We got Patreon watching live right now. And also our Trova trips are coming up, so make sure you look out for that. We will be announcing where we're going and all the pricing and the to-do list and all that stuff. We'll be announcing that pretty soon.
Yep.
But yeah, as always, I've been Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Stephanie.
See you guys next week.